Hi, my name is Miles, and I'll be explaining to you what we do at Funk's Autobody, where we fix cars that have been in a car accident. We have a nice white Camry there that was in a collision, and now we're going to be moving it into the wash bay to wash off any grease or grime or road stuff so that we can see exactly what's damaged. And then we put all the protective stuff on the interior. We put seat cover on, we put a steering wheel cover on, we put a bag on the windshield that you can put the keys into so they don't get locked inside the vehicle. And now we're going to start looking at the damage on the vehicle. And what we have to do first is we have to make an estimate, which is basically a assessment of the damaged parts for the insurance company to see if they will cover everything and what they won't cover and what they will cover so that we can get paid when the job is done. So that's the computer program that we use, and we have to take everything right apart. So this is the front bumper. We have to take it right apart to make sure that everything is accounted for, and there's lots of hidden damage on an accident all the time because cars are built to absorb an accident. So everything underneath the damage that you see actually crumples to help soften the accident for you guys when you're inside the vehicle. And we put all of our parts on these red parts carts so that they don't get lost or damaged. You don't want to put parts inside a customer's car because you could wreck their seats and trims and stuff like that. And see, now we're going down where that fender was, and you can see that bracket's damaged. These are all crumpled in. That's all crumpled in, and that's all from that one little accident. Everything underneath gets squashed to help soften the accident so you don't feel it as much when you're inside the vehicle. And the fender even hit the door edge and bent the hood hinge, and there's lots of damage. This vehicle, I believe, when it was all done, had $8,000 damage. That is, the suspension part was cracked there. You could see even the lower rad got damaged, and there wasn't damage there, but just from everything pushing over, it got squashed. So we do a full assessment, and we measure the frame with that silver beam there, and it sends out very high-pitched sound to a microphone that's attached on the frame, which is those black hanging things. And that tells us where that frame is sitting, what the measurements are, because you're only allowed to be out 4 millimeters before it needs repair, and 4 millimeters is only about the width of a couple of fingernail clippings. So you want to make sure that it's within spec. Otherwise, if it's not, that car still will have frame damage and it won't perform good in the next accident. So now we're going into the paint booth, and we paint with waterborne paint. Since 2010, it's been mandated by the government because it's a little bit more environmentally friendly. And this is what it looks like. So this is that same white car now fixed and going into the booth for painting. So we drive it in, and that's the base coat color. It's actually a pearl white, so it's a 3-stage color, but this is the pearl white paint that is on the vehicle. That's just the base coat, and that's the engine bay area that was damaged. Now it's all repaired back to the way it should be, and that's the bumper, all nice and pearl white again. And now we're putting it back together. So we clip it on, and it's all clipped with plastic clips, so it all just clips in together and is held in by little screws and little plastic clips, but there's hundreds of them. And the vehicle's assembled, and now we have to do a wheel alignment because that one piece that was underneath there was actually damaged. It was cracked, so it needed to be replaced. You can't repair cracked suspension parts because that's dangerous. You have to put new ones on. And now we're just doing all of the tires, filling them all up with the same amount of air, and we are rolling it forward. And the computer on the right hand side is going to tell us where it's sitting. And they're always out. When you change parts, they're always out of whack. Red means it's not in spec. Green means it is. And we have to reset the alignment. So that's done. And this vehicle has radar cruise control. So after the repair is done, we have to log in with this computer and do a radar cruise control calibration that's behind that Toyota emblem there. And what that does is it sends out another sonar. It's a sonar sensor, and it bounces off the vehicle in front of you. So if you're coming up too close to that vehicle, it's going to slow down this vehicle so that they don't get in an accident. And it will help maintain your speed behind that vehicle. So we aim that. We also have to aim the headlights to make sure that you're not blinding other people out there. And make sure that your high beams work, your signals work. And then we give it another final wash at the end and clean the interior to make it look like brand new, so that when the customer picks it up, they're like, wow, now it's like just the day I bought it, and they can be confident that they have had a good repair done on their vehicle. And this is what we did today, actually. Today, Friday, June 11th, we had one of our courtesy cars, the windshield broke. So this is a very fast time lapse of Andy there with the funny monkey. He's being a goofball. This is Andy doing a windshield replacement. So right now he's getting it ready to cut out, and now he's cutting out the windshield with a very special knife, not like any knife you use in your kitchen. And he's cutting out the whole windshield here so we can pop it out. And now we got to prep the whole surface. So you get it ready for new glue, and you touch up any paint chips that are around there so they don't rust. And you put a primer down so the urethane sticks again. And then you get the new windshield ready. Clean up all the debris, vacuum it all out. Now he's getting the new windshield ready, just off to the left there where you can't quite see it. And it takes 2 people to put a new windshield in. So you put these big suction cups on the windshield. And when you put these suction cups on the windshield, it holds that entire piece of glass. So that windshield is relying on 2 suction cups to hold it up. So you have to be very careful with it. And you have to be just strong and hold it firmly and don't shake it. And there it goes. Those black suction cups, they've put it on. You press it down. And that's it. The windshield is installed. Put it all back together. And this one actually has a camera in the windshield. And that will tell the car that you're in the correct lane. And if you start veering out of your lane unintentionally, it will steer for you back into the lane. It'll beep and it'll tell you you're changing lanes. And then it steers back for you into the lane because it thinks that you're wandering or sleeping or something like that. So now we're going to move it into the other bay. And now we're measuring out because the targets have to go in a very specific spot. So I'm marking on the floor where it needs to go according to Toyota. And then we put in specific numbers into the computer, and it has to go in 3 different spots, and then the camera is calibrated. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this, a little bit of a sneak peek at what we do here at the Autobody shop. I would love to have you guys come for a tour if you can when COVID is over. And for now, have a great rest of your day, guys. Thanks for watching.